finish those last 10 pages and finish draft 4. Hi, I'm Evie. Welcome back to See Which Letters, my little corner of the internet where I share my writing process with you. Okay, so I set a goal for myself that I was going to finish the 4th draft of my novel by the beginning of May. Today's the 30th of March, and that gives me about a month to finish draft 4. So we're going to start a little writing vlog today. We're going to begin. I have a lot of stuff to do. I want to make myself a little bit of a plan for finishing draft 4. I want to do a little bit of editing today as well. And yeah, so I guess we're going to ceremoniously kick off this writing vlog. I have my Tinkerbell mug. It's filled with green tea. Let's do this. Okay, so to kick this off, I have my whiteboard. It's plain. We're going to write down my to-do list for the month and hopefully we're gonna get all this done. So, okay, I have the whiteboard all completed. What I have listed, these are edits for today, and then basically my goals for April: finish editing part 3, which is a shorter part, so I should be able to do that. Begin part 4 edits, finish part 4 edits. Hopefully we're able to do that too. And then begin part 5 edits, finish part 5 edits. And then I put this little heart on here just to kind of motivate myself and make it look cute. So now that we have this, let's edit chapter 31. So chapter 31 is from the perspective of my female main character. She's a mermaid, and we're kind of really in the thick of the adventure at this point in the novel. We're going into like a mystical, magical, hidden underwater kind of city thing. And so it's really a fun chapter, and what I'm looking to fix about it is add a little bit more internality from my main character. I want to fix my pronouns because I use way too many he, she instead of just like saying the name of who said the sentence. Take out some dialogue tags. I want to work on the imagery and work on kind of amping up the magic of it all. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I just finished editing chapter 31. It was pretty long. I don't know why I just picked up my fork to instinctually eat my food, but anyway, we finished chapter 31. It was a really good chapter. I really liked that one. It goes from switching from, in chapter 31, it's the POV of my main female character, Caspia, and it switches after chapter 31 to her sister Mira's POV. So chapter 32 is a different POV from the last, and I'd like to edit chapter 32 today. I'm just eating this little salad as a snack and having some tea and kind of taking stock of what I'm gonna have to do with chapter 32. So stay tuned, I'll be back with updates, but one chapter down. Okay, so I just checked these 2 chapters off my to-do list. This is great. I have a few more chapters I want to get done tomorrow, but I think for now I'm going to call it on the chapter editing and maybe just do some other like book development stuff. So yeah, that was all the writing I'm doing today. I edited chapter 31 and 32, and I'll check back in soon. Okay, good morning everyone. I'm back. It's March 31st. It's about 9 a.m. right now. It's super gloomy and rainy outside. You can't really tell because of this bright light shining in on me, but it's a very cozy morning, last day of March. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I really want to get a lot of writing done on this 4th draft today so I can feel like I had a big accomplishment before I turn 26 tomorrow. So we're just gonna get set up. We're gonna try to get through a bunch of chapters, and yeah, okay, let's get into it. Okay, so yesterday we did 31 and 32. Today I want to get through, if I can, 33, 34, and 36. Numbers. 33, 34, and 35. And hey, maybe 36 if we're lucky. So I've got my smoothie, I've got a little breakfast, I've got a big Stanley full of water, and we're just gonna open my laptop and see what we're working with. Okay, checking back in. It's been about an hour of editing, and as I was going through chapter 33, I kind of decided that it was way too long and there was like a clear midpoint between two big events in the chapter, so I decided to break it up into two chapters. So chapter 33 has now become chapter 33 and chapter 34, which was a bit of a deviation from my original plan, but it's whatever. Drinking my smoothie while I edit. But this is like, the book is getting like really tea. Like it's high tension, high stakes right now. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm currently on page 480 during this little check-in of my edit, which is great because in total I have 721 pages, I believe. So we're really getting through towards like the last chunk of the book, which is great. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna continue, try to finish this chapter 34, and then I'll do a little check-in. Yeah. Okay, checking in. I just finished chapter 34 and now we're gonna go on to 35. This has been, the stint of these chapters has been the same POV back to back 3 times. It's Julian's POV, my main male character, the pirate in my story. We're like really having a Julian chunk of the book right now, and so I'm getting to get very like immersed in his perspective. Usually my book switches back and forth, like each chapter is usually a different person, but we have this little chunk of Julian chapters, which is pretty nice, and it helps me kind of just go from chapter to chapter quickly and consistently. Usually I have to take like a break and be like, okay, now we're writing in Caspia's perspective, okay, now we're writing in Julian's perspective, but now I get to just like shoot through it, which is really nice. Finishing my breakfast as I go, but it's going quite well. I hope to finish, I think I'm gonna go chapter 35 and chapter 36 now and just rip through both of them, because after I finish chapter 36, I finish all of part 3 of the book. So that would be really great to finish part 3 today and hopefully get to move on to part 4. So let's see what we can get done. Okay, I'm back from my little lunch break. I've got a Celsius here to kind of power me through, and we're gonna do chapter 36 and then we'll be done part 3. Yay. Okay, let's go. Okay, I actually just finished editing part 3 of my book. Yay, we're very excited about that. We are, how many pages? 504 pages down, which means we only have 220 more pages to go. Super exciting. I think my cat's under the table playing with some of my marker caps. Anyway, so we finished part 3, I checked it off on my to-do list, and now the next thing to do is obviously begin editing part 4. So we're gonna see how much of part 4 I can get done before I have to go to work. Okay. Okay, I just finished chapter 37, which is the first chapter in part 4, and my characters have kind of just made like their big plan for their final adventure, their final, you know, save the day moment. So we're conspiring, we're getting the gang together, putting things in place for the big ending kind of moment. And it's going well. I think I'm going to try to do chapter 38 as well. So many chapters today compared to yesterday, but I'm quite proud of that and happy with that. So we'll try to do chapter 38 and we'll see if after that we have time for another one. I honestly have no memory of chapter 38 and I don't remember what it entails, so we're just gonna open the document, read it, and see what we can do to improve upon it. Okay, let's go. Okay, I just finished chapter 39. It was a super short, kind of pretty simple, like to the point chapter, so that was pretty easy, relatively easy. And now chapter 40 is a POV that I don't really see often in the book, which is very exciting. It's the POV of a character called Smythe, who is an older pirate on the crew. He's the only pirate that, you know, knew Julian as a child and knew Julian's father. And so I tell my prologue from his perspective, and I tell chapter 40 from his perspective. And I like this chapter a lot because, you know, my main character, Julian, spends the book kind of lamenting the loss of his father, and he's on this mission all because of his father and to honor his father. And Smythe is the only person who kind of has memories of that time with Julian and his father, because he was on the pirate crew with Julian before everything went down. So in this chapter I get a little bit of a flashback, a little depressing, a little sad, of a flashback to the day Julian's father was killed. So I'm gonna read through this. It's a little depressing, but you know, it's raining outside. It's the perfect vibe for, you know, a sad, depressing chapter. So I'm gonna edit this Smythe chapter and check back in after that, I guess. Okay, I got through like 2 pages of chapter 43, but I decided to just take a minute and, you know, revisit this in a day or so when I have a bit more time, because I don't want to be rushed for time. But we got 10 chapters done today, which is amazing, and I'm very happy with that, and I'm proud of myself. So I'm honestly just gonna close my laptop and just like be happy with what I got done today instead of trying to push my abilities. But yeah, I guess I'll check back in a couple days, or I'll check back in soon with some more writing updates. Hello! It's been a few days since I updated this vlog. It's April 6th today, which means it's been about a week since I checked in here. But hi, we're back. A lot has happened. I turned 26. I got this mermaid tattoo. Forgive the crusty tattoo healing look that it has. But yeah, we're gonna try to get some editing done today. I did edit a chapter yesterday when I met with my writing group on Zoom, so I got a significant chapter done, and we're just gonna carry on where we left off and document the whole process. So let's lock in. Alright, checking in with an update. It's about 4 p.m. right now, and I just finished editing chapter, I think it was 45? Chapter 45. My chapter numbers are all messed up because I broke one really long chapter into 2 chapters, and so now I have to change all my numbers as I go, but nonetheless, that's not that relevant right now. I just finished editing a really big chapter, and we're really towards the end. I'm at page 605, and my book has, or my manuscript has 721 pages, so I'm about just nearly at 100 pages left, so I want to try to get 1 or 2 more chapters in today, hopefully, because I'm making a lot of really good progress, and we're almost done draft 4, so yeah, let's do another one. Just finished editing chapter 47, and I don't know if y'all know what that means, but it means that I'm officially on part 5 of the novel, which means we have about 100 pages left to edit in the manuscript, which is so big. The last 100 pages are like you know, where everything crazy happens. Classic fantasy novel moment. But the last 100 pages, they're gonna be big. I'm very excited. I'm gonna try to see if I can edit the first bit of part 5. But yeah, part 5 is called The Death Moon, and you know, that's a little somber, a little ominous. Perhaps there will be some death, but I gotta find out. So time to read and edit the last 100 pages, and I'll give an update when I finish what I finish, and you know, I'll state where I'm gonna go from there. But alright, hello, I'm back. It is Tuesday, April 7th. It's a nice sunny day. It's about 12 noon right now, and I want to try to get in a few good hours of editing before I go to work. So we're going to pick up where we left off. We're going to try to get a few chapters of editing done and hopefully inch our way through part 5, because we only have 100 pages left of my 4th draft of my Pirate Mermaid fantasy romance novel to edit, and we want to get that done as soon as possible. So let's tap in. Okay, so picking up where we left off, it's chapter 49. It's a Julian POV chapter. For any of those who are just joining me and haven't seen my first video, Julian's my main character. He's a pirate, and the stakes are all kind of culminating for Julian to go to a masked ball tonight, and we love a masked ball. So drama, so tea. So we're gonna try to just edit these chapters from the masked ball and see how much I can get done from this kind of like climax of the plot today. Okay, chapter 49, Julian POV. Let's go. So I just finished chapter 49. Woohoo! Big stuff. I've noticed that these chapters are a lot easier than the ones in the middle of the book to edit, because they're really short chapters, like a couple pages each, because towards the end when the action gets like quite tense, you don't want to be dragging it out with like a 5,000 word chapter. So these chapters are just a couple pages. So now I'm on to chapter 50, which is Caspia POV, my main female character, and this is a chapter where, I think this is a chapter where she transforms from a mermaid to a human with legs, so let's tackle that. Okay, I've just finished with chapter 52, and now I'm on to 53. Chapter 53 is Caspia POV again, and since these are short chapters, we just kind of switch back and forth for whoever's POV is most relevant to be in for the action. And right now, Caspia and Julian are about to have their first dance together at the masked ball, which is very exciting. They don't get the chance for a lot of like super romantic scenes throughout the book, so this is a favorite of mine. And yeah, the tensions are high. We're about to do a big heist, so let's get into it. Chapter 53. Okay, just finished chapter 53, and we're doing chapter 54. It's Julian POV. We're gonna have a little sword fight. And yeah, I only have 2 hours between now and when I start work, so I hope I can squeeze the last 50 pages into those 2 hours. We'll see. I don't know if it's too ambitious, but time to do chapter 54. Okay, checking in. I don't know if I remember checking in after the last chapter. I've just been going crazy editing, but we're now on chapter 55. We're at page 684, which means we have like 40 pages left to edit. And I think there's about to be some death. But yeah, I just have to lock in, keep editing, and hopefully finish today. Maybe, we'll see. Okay, I've got like literally 10 pages left, and I think I'm gonna have time to finish them. I'm like right at the end. We just had a big confession of love, and everything's good, everything's happy. So let's finish those last 10 pages and finish draft 4. Okay, I'm here checking in to say that draft 4 of Project Sea Witch is finally, drumroll, complete. I finished. I'm at the end officially. 720 pages. Let's see how many words this is. 115,152 words. Whoa, that's pretty crazy. I'm so happy. I'm so relieved. I'm so happy to be done draft 4, and I guess that kind of concludes this vlog. Okay, and I guess this is gonna conclude my draft 4 writing vlog. This was very fun. I've never done a video like this ever in my life, and I had a great time. I feel quite proud because my goal was to finish by the end of April, and it's only April 7th, so it affords me a lot of time to plan, you know, further steps on my book and write more and plan for draft 5. Whew, feels crazy to say that, but yeah, I'm gonna check off my last last things on my to-do list. 1, 2, 3. We're done! Yay! Oh, I'm so happy to be done. And yeah, if this was fun, follow along, like the video, subscribe. I'm gonna be uploading a bunch more fantasy writing content, and I can't wait to tell you all about draft 5. Okay, bye.